Hey, I'm Ben. I'm a huge fly fisherman. Welcome back to another episode of Huge Fly Fisherman. I've been putting this one off for a while. This is an important one. We're actually gonna get serious. I've had a lot of people ask for this video. Today's discussion topic is stream etiquette. I seem to be big on etiquette with these videos. Oh, and I meant huge. So what does stream etiquette mean? It's how you conduct yourself on the water and interact with other anglers. It's having good manners when you're fishing. So let's dive right in. How are you supposed to behave out there? Well, like everything in fly fishing, it depends on the situation. It depends on where you are, what you're doing, and what's happening around you. Probably the most important part about having good stream etiquette is knowing how much space to give the other anglers around you. Every situation's different. There are some tailwaters, I'm not gonna name names, where being 15 feet away from the next guy is perfectly acceptable. There are other places, like in the wilderness, way up a trail somewhere, where if you're within a mile of me, I'm not gonna be happy about it. That's my water. So generally, the more crowded or easily accessible an area is, the closer you can fish to other anglers without upsetting anyone. But if I'm way out in the woods somewhere, I don't want anyone near me. If I've hiked 5 miles to get somewhere, it's because I want some room. But that's also my personal preference. I don't like fishing around other people ever. For me, a big part of the fishing experience is getting away from people. There is no one around here right now, and that's why I'm here. The fishing could be a little better, but at least the beer's cold. If there are other anglers around, be aware of what they're doing. Are people spaced close together or far apart? Are they parked in one hole for an hour? Or are they moving around and covering a lot of water? Are they moving downstream and fishing a streamer? Or are they moving up with dries or nymphs? You want to be able to stay out of their way, and hopefully they'll do the same to you. Just a couple quick things. Don't be loud and control your dog. Let's talk about high holing and low holing. Really, it's just cutting people off. If I'm working upstream or downstream and you get in ahead of me, I am not gonna like that. That's my water that I was preparing to fish. You can go behind me or somewhere else. So with high holing and low holing, just compare it to driving. Try not to cut people off. Most people are terrible drivers anyway, so this is probably a lost cause. Obviously, carry your beer cans out and don't litter. And if you build those little rock towers, I will kick them over. You might encounter a situation where an angler is fighting a fish and they need to move down into your water to land it. In my opinion, the angler fighting the fish has the right of way, and you should let him come in. Go ahead and yield and let him come in. You could offer to net the fish and take a picture, but you also reserve the right to talk trash. What's taking you so long? What are you, walking the dog? Bend the rod. Put some pressure on it. Just land that thing already. Let's talk about etiquette when you're fishing with a group of friends. The rules change a little bit. Heckling is mandatory, rock throwing is encouraged, and you know I'm gonna high hole you every chance I get. That's just how we do it. But really though, if you're leapfrogging with your friends, don't just get in right ahead of them. Walk past them without spooking their fish, move upstream and give them a pull or two before you get back in. If they're smart, they'll pay attention to where you got in and skip over that as they move up, and then high hole you so hard. If you're fishing a river where people float, you might have to deal with some boat traffic. There's some more etiquette issues there. Be conscious of and courteous to boats, and they should do the same for you. If you're wade fishing on the bank, they should go around you. They should give you some room. But if they're maybe trying to land a fish, or if there's nowhere else for them to go, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I always ask if they have any cold beers. If you're encountering other anglers up close on the water, be careful about how you approach them. Not everyone is happy to see you. Some people are pretty happy to have a chat and share some info. Other people are a little bit surly out there. That's me. Check out their body language. Did I smile and wave and offer you a beer? Or am I completely ignoring you and acting like you're not there? Use good fish handling practices. People like me are watching you. Let's talk about the sheep syndrome. Avoid the sheep syndrome. The sheep syndrome is when you see a bunch of people fishing in one place, so you think it must be a good place to fish, so you pile right in there. No, go find your own piece of water. There are plenty of places to go fish. Oh, there's 6 cars at that pullout. It must be a good spot. Maybe, but the next 4 miles of river has no one on it. I'd rather fish there. One thing I should note is that it's okay to educate people on etiquette when you're out there on the water. If you don't educate people, they're not gonna learn. If they're doing something that you don't like, it's okay to tell them. Just do it in a nice way. Have a chat, offer them a beer. Just do it nicely. And then maybe give them some bad advice about flies or something. Okay, we're about ready to wrap it up here. If there's one thing you take away from this video, It's that you should give me room. I need my space. You treat me well, and I'll do the same to you. The golden rule. Okay, I'm done yelling at the camera for today. You've probably had enough as well. Got all that filed away up there? That is how you do fly fishing. Go put it into practice. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next Monday. Stay huge.
See you, buddy.